Today I'll be talking with y'all about social media and its effect on society today. Basically, my specific purpose for talking to y'all is the constructive and deconstructive effects that social media has brought upon our society in the past 15 years since its conception around 2004, 2005 with Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook. Like I said, you can either follow it depends upon the person. Social media can be used as a very effective networking tool. It can be very constructive for building, like I said, network connections, connecting with old friends, things like that. But it can also take a turn that is more egocentric and where people use it to project their social lives versus their actual lives, and it can lead to a lot of people thinking that the grass is greener with everyone else, and it can cause some negative psychological effects in the long run. And my organizational pattern that I'll be using today will be problem is just social media as a whole is a problem. So essentially, what social media has done is it has allowed those who have inept social skills, those who are have more social anxiety, social problems, it has allowed them an escape route essentially to use social media as a replacement for human-to-human contact. And generally this comes as, it comes across as projecting what they want others to see, not who they really are. And that's the general appeal to most of these people who are social media obsessed. The falseness of it is a key thing that a lot of younger people don't see. A lot of the people that are growing up in social media, they look up to celebrities that they see that are sponsored, and whenever they see a celebrity such as your favorite rap star, movie star, whatever it be, when they see that they're getting this massive amount of likes, it creates a reaction to where they're, if this guy's doing this to, he posted a picture of some drugs or some women or some guns or whatever it be, and he sees that's what's popular, that's what's getting all the likes, it causes him to subconsciously register that as what's cool and what he needs to do to be popular. So I believe that's a big reason why social media is very detrimental to especially up and coming youth coming through the system as it is today, where social media is where they spend a good majority of their time. We'll move on. We'll go to a big part of this is another element of a detrimental part, a very deconstructive part of society, is what is called slaptivism. So it's where someone who has an alternating view. So if someone truly has Republican views throughout their life, and the group they run with on social media, the new friends, if they remove locations, selectivism is basically a bandwagon effect when it comes to what selectivism stands for is slacker and activist combined, because they don't actually care about the issue itself, they care about fitting in, which is kind of which very well describes a lot of the problem with social media as it is today. So as far as that goes, they create an alter ego just to fit in social wise, as far as So moving on from that, so the two things I want to be considered in this presentation, there's a problem and a solution. The problem is, children growing up, there's no restrictions on social media. All the celebrities, pop stars that are posting, very graphic, violent, what have you videos, they're all public. So a kid can the second he downloads Instagram for free on his phone, he's got instant access to all that information. I think that in and of itself is a major problem that most parents and guardians of those children don't think about. They think that they're still in that juvenile phase. Basically, building upon that, there's a researcher named Sue Anderson. He conducted a study based upon the dopamine receptors that whenever you get a like on Instagram or you get a share, it releases a certain amount of dopamine. Dopamine is the same chemical that is released when having a meaningful conversation with someone. Whenever you're basically, it's when you're having a social interaction that is positive with another human being, dopamine is released. What Dr. Anderson came to the conclusion of was that the reason that social media is so popular is because you can create the same effect with social media as far as dopamine receptors go. It creates the same pleasure as does normal social interaction. So basically, the decline in social skills when dealing with other human beings is pretty apparent due to that. There's no reason for socially awkward people to come out of it, because why do that whenever you have quick access to it? And the solution, in my eyes and researchers such as Sue Anderson, is education, as far as educators, down to parents, down to students, and then from the students down to the peers. Students, the main thing they have to realize is that it's all projection, it's not real life. They didn't get where they are from projecting themselves in this way. And like the solution is instead of just calling it and focusing on cyberbullying, which sounds more broad as a term, which sounds more appealing, the focus needs to be on that what happens on social media is not real life, and what children and young growing adults need to focus on is the networking connections they make in their day-to-day lives. So in conclusion, education is the solution to the problem of social media being placed higher in importance over just day-to-day interactions. Thank you for your time.